Hi, Bailey. Thanks so much for joining
Hi.
VolTalk today.
Thank you so much for having me. This is really cool.
How are you enjoying Knoxville so far?
I'm liking it so far. My first impression of the city, I haven't had the chance to walk around or something, was that it's like really clean here. Is that like a thing? Or did I just like feel like it was clean? Like I didn't see a lot of garbage. I laid down on the sidewalk and took a nap really quickly.
I mean, we do call Knoxville the scruffy city, but it is rather clean, despite
I
its
like
name.
it.
Yeah.
I think it's a good vibe, and this is honestly like one of the coolest venues I've ever been in. So I'm really excited.
Speaking of that, which would you say is your most memorable place in which you've performed?
For our last show, opening for Dan Shay, on Tuesday, I got to play at the Ryman in Nashville, and that's such a like historical venue. And at this point in my career, I only have one song out. I'm 19. I didn't think I was gonna get to play that venue for 50 years. So, no, like less than 50, but more than how long it took me. So that would probably be like the most bucket list venue I've played so far. But I'm really excited to play this tonight. I wasn't expecting it to be so like pretty.
Absolutely. And speaking of bucket list events, what is your dream collaboration?
Oh gosh, probably if I could collaborate with any artist right now, I'd probably choose Chance the Rapper.
Okay, speaking of your first song, what is your inspiration behind your song Own It?
The inspiration behind the song Own It, I wrote it when I was 16. I was recovering from spine surgery at the time. I started traveling to Nashville to write songs when I was 15. That's when I got my first publishing deal. I'm originally from Washington State. So it was my first trip back to Nashville since I had spine surgery. And I wrote it kind of out of a place of, this is what I need to hear right now. The song is really about acknowledging and owning the things that make you who you are, but it's fun. Like I wanted to put a positive spin on it and make it like something that's fun to listen to, and just put a fun positive spin on what it means to figure out who you are and not worry about what other people think of you in the process. And that's really what I was trying to do as a 16-year-old recovering from spine surgery to correct scoliosis. So it's kind of started as like a letter to myself and like the way that I wanted to live, and then it kind of turned into this message that I'm really passionate about spreading to people and conveying in my music.
Oh, absolutely. What do you love most about performing live?
I would say that I like it's one of my favorite things about being an artist and doing music, just because it's such a shared experience with the whole room. I love going in and writing a song, and I love going into the studio and recording, but this is cool because it's literally the physical act of sharing your music with people. It's different than giving someone a CD or seeing that someone downloaded your song. It's really like me standing up there and being my music and getting to see people's faces and hopefully see people connect with it. So I think that's my favorite thing about just performing.
That's awesome. So you've been opening for Dan and Shay. Do you have any like revealing secrets or quirks that we might want to know about?
Dan and Shay can do a very weirdly impressive pop punk version of Summer of 19 You and Me.
I would like to hear that, actually.
I think at one of these shows we need to convince a bunch of people to like start chanting it, like pop punk version of Summer of 19 You and Me, like yell it, but
Absolutely.
maybe find an acronym or something for that. But they're really great guys, and it's amazing like just sitting and listening to them sound check, because literally they sound exactly like the recording, and anyone who sees them live like will tell you that it's really impressive.
So what do you think is the most memorable part of the tour so far?
Probably playing the Ryman. I would say that's it. And just getting to experience like all different types of venues. I think like until you go on tour, this is my very first tour that I've ever been on. Until you go, you don't know what it's like. So I'm just really trying to take in every single moment and remember it the best I can, and like appreciate even like the not so glamorous parts or whatever, just because you only get a first time doing something like this once. So.
Exactly. Do you have any like advice for any up and coming artists like yourself?
My advice, and this is going to sound really cheesy, is really just to stay true to yourself, and that's probably what anyone would say, but something that I've really found since I started traveling to Nashville to write songs, and since I moved when I was 17 and then got my record deal and now being on tour, is that if you take the time to figure out and stick to who you are, and whether it's in writing or performing or dressing or talking to someone in an interview, just doing it the way that you would do it, I think it's really important to take the time to sit down and figure out, like, well, how would I do this? Because the further you get into your career, the more people you're going to have trying to tell you, no, you should do it this way, you have to do it this way, which it's important to listen to the people that have been doing it longer than you, but it won't bulldoze you and take away your authenticity if you know who you are and you are really passionate about standing by that.
Absolutely, and you've already accomplished quite a feat performing at the Ryman, but where do you see yourself in the future? Do you have any future plans for music?
I think I would love to go on my own headlining tour as soon as possible. This experience touring with Dan and Shay has kind of given me like the bug for it, and so I think my goal just as a musician and like performing and recording in the future is just to continue to like write honest lyrics and find different ways to convey the message of just really the importance of accepting yourself and being honest about that, because I think the more people are honest about who they are and the things that make them who they are, the more connected people feel. And so I'm just really passionate about finding different ways to do that, and hopefully if I ever get to the point where I'm fortunate enough to headline my own tour and have those types of opportunities, to bring along people that are at the level that I'm at now and just help as many talented people as I can.
Absolutely. And on a lighter note, what would you say are some of your, like, where do you take inspiration from other artists in your music, like any genre?
I would say, I already mentioned Chance the Rapper. Chance the Rapper is my favorite. I'm inspired as a country artist by hip-hop music, just because I think it's another genre where really honest songwriting is appreciated and welcomed, but it's done in a different way. So I like to listen to other kinds of music to help me bring my own sort of spin to the country sound that I have. And so Chance the Rapper, my favorite country artist is probably Sam Hunt. I like Drake. I love the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Gotta love Drake.
Gotta love Drake. I cover his song Too Good in my set. I like to take music from other genres and kind of make it my own. That's how I develop my own sound. So yeah, it's all over the place.
That's really great. So where can your fans like follow and keep track of what you're doing?
Okay, so my Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat is @BaileyMyon, BaileyMyown. And then Facebook is Bailey Bryan Music, and YouTube is Bailey Bryan. And if you follow me, you'll get a lot of probably unflattering videos of me dancing and updates about where I'm at in the world. So it's pretty exciting.
All right, awesome. Definitely look forward to it. We really appreciate you coming on VolTalk today.
So much.
Thanks so much.
I appreciate it.
But I'm not gonna stress. I'm such a beautiful